Is Nikola Jokic the most valuable player the NBA has ever seen? It might sound like a bold statement, but it feels more like the truth when you look at what he's doing on the court. Jokic isn't just the star of the Denver Nuggets, he's the heart and soul of the team, lifting everyone around him and constantly making history. Whether he's racking up assists, putting up points, or grabbing rebounds, he's in a class of his own. Jokic isn't just playing the game, he's changing how we think about what valuable really means in the modern NBA. Let's take a deeper look at why Jokic might just be the most valuable player ever to play the game. Nikola Jokic is a Serbian professional basketball player who is a center for the Denver Nuggets of the National Basketball Association. By his impressive performance in the NBA this season, it's become crystal clear that Nikola Jokic isn't just the best player, or he's not just the best of the last 5 years. He might actually be the most valuable player ever. No exaggeration. What we're witnessing is something straight out of a fairy tale. Recently, the Nuggets faced the New Orleans Pelicans while riding high on a 5-game winning streak. Jokic himself was on an insane run, stacking up 4 straight triple-doubles during that streak. Along the way, Denver took down teams like the Mavericks and the Thunder.
Seconds to go. Alexander on the run. The shot was blocked by Peyton Watson, and the Nuggets have won it. Wow.
And just to note, when they beat the Thunder, Alexander was still healthy. Oh, and Denver didn't even have Jamal Murray or Aaron Gordon for that game. Despite being short-handed, they dropped 124 points in regulation on the Thunder, who happened to have the best defense in the league. And yes, they walked away with the win. How'd they pull it off? Simple. The Nuggets' offense, powered by Jokic, is unreal. He's averaging nearly 30 points per game with a triple-double. Heading into the matchup against the Pelicans, Denver had the 3rd best offense in the league, scoring 121 points per game. On top of that, they had 4 full days off before the game. A perfect setup for an easy win against New Orleans. Now, let's talk about the Pelicans. They're downright awful this season. We're talking about the worst team in the Western Conference, and one of the worst in the entire NBA. While Denver came into this game with a 5-game winning streak, the Pelicans were stuck in a 6-game losing streak. They were dead last in the West, had the worst point differential in the conference, and owned the 3rd worst defense in the league. Here's where things take a turn. Nikola Jokic wasn't available for this game. He was celebrating the birth of his child. But even without Jokic, you'd think Denver could handle the struggling Pelicans, right? Wrong. Denver fell apart, losing 101-94. It's hard to wrap your head around how a team can go from looking unstoppable to completely falling apart in just one game. But that's the Denver Nuggets for you, proving once again that without Jokic, they're just not the same team. It's a reminder that even the best teams can have their off nights, especially when their star player isn't around. If you take Nikola Jokic off the court, the Denver Nuggets completely fall apart, and that's not an exaggeration. Calling him just the MVP of this season almost feels disrespectful at this point. Let me break it down. When Jokic is playing, the Nuggets have an offensive rating of 127.5. For context, that's the highest offensive rating in NBA history, ever. But when he's not on the floor, that number crashes to an embarrassing 86.3. That's right, 86 points per 100 possessions, which would be the worst defensive rating in NBA history. This big difference shows his real impact. From his unique playing style to his leadership on the court, Nikola Jokic is proving that importance in the NBA is measured by much more than stats. It's as simple as this. With Jokic, they're unstoppable. Without him, they're historically awful. Without me. That's basically the story here. Seriously, just give this man the MVP award already. Let's skip all the debates and arguments about who it should be. Just hand him the trophy now. It's clear as day that Jokic is the engine driving this team. Take him out and they're just not the same. Speaking of which,
last week, history was made as Nikola Jokic was named the Kia NBA Most Valuable Player for the 3rd time.
Nikola Jokic is a 3-time NBA MVP. Only a few other players have earned 3 MVPs, like Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Magic Johnson, and Larry Bird. But none of them quite bring what Jokic does to the court. To build on that, in the last 9 games, Nikola Jokic has been unstoppable, racking up 281 points, 125 rebounds, and 104 assists. He's been incredible all over the court, doing everything from scoring to grabbing boards to setting up teammates. Jokic is proving once again why he's one of the most well-rounded players in the NBA. And that's not all. Not only is Jokic still running Denver's offense like he's the QB of a well-oiled machine, but he's also helping lead one of the fastest teams in the NBA. Last year, the Nuggets played at a slower pace, ranking 26th, but now they're up to 7th in offensive pace. As of now, they're 6th in transition possessions per game and lead the league in cuts. And, as always, they're still one of the top 5 teams in the NBA for half-court offense, according to Cleaning the Glass. What's happening here? Well, this new pace and style of play highlight Jokic's best skills, his touch and anticipation.
What do those guys have in common? I'll let it sit there and marinate. You think.
Not only is he still focused on getting the best possible shot in the half court, but now he's also turning defense into easy offense, pushing the pace and getting his teammates out in transition for easy baskets with his signature passing. Guys like Christian Braun, Peyton Watson, Julian Strawther, and even Russell Westbrook are benefiting from this faster style. And remember those worries about the Nuggets' spacing and three-point shooting? It turns out those issues are a thing of the past. Jokic has led them to a high-energy, high-scoring offense that keeps opposing defenses on their toes, making it nearly impossible to prepare for. At this point, the Nuggets' 4th-ranked offense is a nightmare for any team. Now this season, Jokic has again proven why he's in a league of his own. Sure, his playoff performances might not be lighting up the scoreboard the way we're used to, but there's no denying how much he impacts the game. The Minnesota Timberwolves have done a good job slowing him down, but even then, Jokic's incredible court vision, basketball IQ, and ability to make his teammates better still shine through. He's not just a scorer, he's a playmaker and a floor general, a true point center whose versatility is unlike anyone else. On top of that, Jokic's win shares per 48 minutes were the best in the league this season, showing just how consistently dominant he is. Even if his postseason numbers aren't as flashy as his MVP seasons, his contributions go far beyond what shows up in the box score. That being said, the Nuggets may not have won a championship yet, but that doesn't take away from Jokic being the most valuable player in the league. His greatness isn't defined by playoff wins alone. It's how he elevates his team throughout the entire season, making them better every minute he's on the floor. And here's the wild part. Jokic is leading the league in both assists and rebounds. He's also averaging close to 30 points per game and shooting over 50% from 3. Yeah, you read that right. Over 50% from deep. Saying we've never seen anything like this isn't an exaggeration or clickbait. It's just the truth. What sets him apart for generations to come? For now, Jokic isn't just the MVP. He's the player who changes the game, showing us that being valuable means so much more than just wins and losses. Now yes, the NBA today is different. Scoring is up, the pace is faster, and defense isn't what it used to be back in the 90s and early 2000s. That's a fact, and there's no denying it. But here's another undeniable fact. Jokic's value to his team is unmatched in NBA history. That's not saying he's the GOAT, and sure, his defense isn't elite, so you can factor that into the big picture conversations. But when it comes to pure value, what one player means to his team, there's no one, past or present, who compares to him. And when you think about it, for Jokic, winning the MVP isn't just about personal recognition. It's about leading his team, overcoming challenges, and showing that his patient, unselfish, and efficient style of play is what real success is all about. Right now, as the Nuggets push to go further in the playoffs, this is where Jokic's legacy is being shaped. He's facing one of the toughest challenges of his career, and how he rises to the occasion will define his greatness. While players like Jordan and LeBron have the championships to back up their legacies, Jokic's story is still being written. His determination and leadership this season could be. As we reflect on Nikola Jokic, it's clear that he isn't just rewriting the record books. He's rewriting what it means to be truly valuable in the NBA. From his triple-doubles to his ability to turn the game in Denver's favor, his impact is unmatched. When he's on the court, the Nuggets are a powerhouse. Without him, they're a shadow of that team. And it's not just his stats. His unselfish play, court vision, and leadership are what elevate his entire team. Jokic is showing us that being valuable goes beyond MVP awards and championships. It's about how one player can completely change the game. As his legacy continues to unfold, one thing is clear. Jokic isn't just the MVP of today. He's redefining greatness for generations to come. What do you think? Is Jokic the most valuable player we've ever seen? Let us know your thoughts. Thanks for being with us through this video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your subscription helps us continue creating quality and informative content for you.